Hello, today I'll be presenting my favorite deep sea animal, the flapjack octopus, the flapjack devilfish as they call it, and Opisthotuthis californiana by Daniel Mejia. Pleasure. And the biology of the flapjack octopus, alias the adorabilis, they named it the adorabilis due to its cute due to how cute it was. Truly, by the scientists when they first saw it, they thought they would name it as a joke, adorabilis, because it's so cute and it's a small cephalopod. Now, the classification of this animal, the flapjack octopus, is phylum Mollusca, class Cephalopoda, cephalopod, order Octopoda, and the suborder Cirrhata. Now, the Cirrhata is a suborder, and in this suborder, it is distinct from other octopods. I mean, other octopods and octopi through its 8 to 10 webbed tentacles, a single line of suction cups, and its finger-like filaments called cirri along the edges. And apart from that, it also has the little fins that are distinctive as well. And I think they call them the umbrella octopuses. Now, it has a soft, spongy, and gelatinous body with webbed tentacles and fins that resemble ears. Very cute. It looks very cute, and it grows to be about maximum 50 centimeters in length, which is around 20 inches. And in coloration, it is red, pink, orange, or yellow in coloration, mostly translucent with that red, pink, orange, or yellow hue, depending on the species, right? And it's a deep sea species, and it's found at 130 meters down to all the way to 2,350 meters. And its preferred climate or temperature is 1 to 4 degrees Celsius. Personally, for me, it's around 70 degrees, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. But hey, you do you, right? It's very interesting because the parallel larvae are found around 200 meters, 130 to 250 meters maximum. Around 250 maximum. Right when they're of age, juveniles, and they can hunt for themselves, they drop down 1,500 meters, and that's where they reside. Between 1,500 meters all the way to 2,350. That is their preferred spot. Now, where are they found? They're found globally, but they are definitely focused around the northwestern, eastern Pacific, as well as Southern California and Japan. Mostly concentrated around California and Japanese coast. Very, very interesting that it's only found there, but they're deemed to be found almost nearly everywhere. These are it's a benthic species. It likes to meander around the seafloor. It prefers more sediment and a few rocks because it is a voracious predator, which is what I like. However, a few rocks here and there. It's been found. It's been found globally, just concentrated in certain areas. And now the adaptations of the ghost octopus, which is another name for this octopus. It has an internal shell, which it's received via evolution. It's on the top of the mantle, on top of the head, I like to say, and it's in an upwards down U, and that shell lies inside of its mantle, and the ears are coming out of each side of that shell. Pretty interesting. Not coming directly out, but that's kind of a way to visualize it, and that's how it is. It gets its name through its distinctive flapjack movement, as you can see in this image down towards the bottom right. It is lying down, stretched out, and it looks like a uncooked flapjack. That's where it gets its name. Its adaptations are huge eyes. It lacks chromatophores, and it lacks an ink sac, which is a very distinctive thing about that suborder of Cirrhata of octopi. That and those fins as well. It doesn't have an ink sac, and it won't need it. You'll find out why. And also, it does not have camouflage because at these depths, red wavelengths, yellow wavelengths, orange wavelengths don't make it all the way down to that deep sea floor, down to that depth. So since there's no light to bounce off of their bodies, they are invisible, like a black hole. There's no light there, so they are invisible. You cannot see them. It's very interesting. That's why they don't need camouflage, or they don't need They don't need an ink sac. They don't need any ink. They are very elusive. Now, when they do need to move around, it has very distinct movements. It moves around like an umbrella, like a parachute. It glides and it points towards the direction it wants to go with its little fins. It can also use those fins to direct and add more power to the way it wants to go. It can pulse its body, make a certain movement, and push water through its funnel to create a little jet, and it's a little bounce. Now, it can do all of these three in one movement to get away from the predators. And apart from that, one more thing it has a startling face. Now, if you look at this face, it's two big eyes, and a very it has a face, and it's a very bulbous shape as well. When a predator looks at that at the deep sea, they are startled, and they don't want to eat this octopus anymore. It's not prey. Its predators are sharks, fishes, fur seals, and sperm whales, along with larger arthropods. Sperm whales are known to hunt their cousins, the Dumbo octopus, so who's to say that they wouldn't hunt the little flapjack octopus, the ghost octopus, correct? Its prey, which I do love talking about this because it's a voracious predator, a 20-inch voracious cute predator that catches small worms, small fish, plankton, crustaceans, and other invertebrates. Mysids, such as mysids, copepods. That's an example of some prey. What it does is it will pounce, and this is for the larger prey, such as small fish and the crustaceans. It will pounce, trap, and kill with its beak. It will pounce in this position. It'll lie in this flapjack position, seemingly unnoticed, and then pounce, trap it, bring it to its beak, and kill it, and then start feeding. Now, when it feeds on the sediment floor at the benthic level, it spreads out its tentacles and agitates the sediment, and it quickly traps any worms, larvae, whatever it finds at that bottom, any invertebrates, and just consumes and moves into its beak with its suctions and its cirri down to its beak, and that's how it feeds. The population currently is unknown. It's an understudied species. I don't know what I was getting myself into here. Now, this is just more of a look as to the movements of what it does. It's a genus Opistoteuthis. And very, very beautiful, cute, interesting animal. Very interesting. You can see its parachute formation there towards the bottom right. Now, the reproduction of this species, its lifespan is estimated to be 1.4 to 2.6 years. This is just from what is known. We still need to do more data. There's no definite date. There's no definite lifespan. And it's a gonochoric species where males and females are exclusively different. And males are somewhat slightly larger than females. That's the sexual dimorphism, and it's usually seen in octopi, but this is a very moderate level because the males are only slightly to somewhat larger than the females. Now, these males are known to display sexual rituals for the women in order to copulate, and once they do, what the males do, they would grab the bodies of the female because they are larger. They move it and they insert their hectocotylus, which is kind of their arm to transfer genetic material, sperm, into the female mantle cavity. And what the female can do is very interesting. By the way, the males die after breeding, so do the females. This isn't very rare in octopi, but what the females can do is they can spawn multiple times, and they can produce between 200 and 475 eggs in various stages of development. She can hold the sperm that she's received from the male and use it whenever her eggs are ready to be fertilized, and she can have various eggs in various stages of development. So if the females are always pregnant, quote unquote, and they can get pregnant whilst pregnant. Very cool. Very cool. Now, it's been seen, I did some research, and the late stage eggs are sometimes laid under rocks and left alone by the mother. However, this isn't concrete data, simply because we need more. However, it is speculated that this would be a different sort of species. Still, the flapjack octopus, just a different species. Now, the threats and human impacts of what we know for these octopi. It's an unknown population, and this is a very understudied species. As of now, the conservation status is data deficient because we have no idea. However, we have no reason to believe that they are going extinct anytime soon. It's a deep sea species, I think, as well. The human intervention that is seen within these animals is, for one, the way we depict them on the screen. Such as Pearl from Nemo. She's supposed to be a flapjack octopus. However, when she inks, that's impossible. Flapjack octopi don't have ink sacs. And apart from that, she wouldn't be seen at the reef. Why? because it's such a easy predator to be caught, and especially with its coloring, it'll be easily identifiable. Sure, it's its size, but come on, right? It just would not exist there. It's not made. It hasn't evolved to live in that reef. It's human intervention, which would be climate change, of course, ha ha ha, and it interferes with ocean ventilation on the mixing of water and how oxygen goes down to the deep sea. It's already scarce at the deep sea. With climate change, it'll further exacerbate the problem, which will lower the amount of oxygen already in the deep sea at the depths that these little flapjack devilfish, as they're also called, as my favorite term, flapjack devilfish, inhabits. And they will also increase the temperature by 0.2 degrees Celsius towards the bottom by 2050. Not good at all. Not good at all. That's the deep sea. Come on. What are we doing here? And with that, I will leave you with one more tip, which is they have their brains wrapped around their esophagus. So if they eat something that is way too big, they can puncture or even explode their own brain by eating something way too large. That would suck. Yeah, that would suck. It would suck eating a taco and your brain explodes. So, with that, I thank you. Thank you for listening to me, and apologies for the tardiness. Thank you.